Hello, this is Richard Gillespie. This is my YouTube series called Perspectives to pass on information about relevant subjects to today's world. I happen to be a type 2 diabetic, and some things that have happened to me recently have given me a lot more insight into what I can and cannot eat. The purpose of this video is to pass on information about what works and what doesn't work. So let me just say this at the beginning. In the last couple of months, I've started using a device that fastens to my arm. It's a radio transmitter with a sensor on it that reads my blood sugar, and I can pass my phone over top of it and read my blood sugar anytime I like. And this has been a huge benefit to me, so I can see the effects of various things that make my blood sugar spike. So I'm just going to give you a quick summary of what I can eat that doesn't spike me. And so let's just start right into that. So in the morning I have 3 eggs, some maybe pea meal bacon, maybe some regular bacon, an avocado, slice of cantaloupe, and that's basically my breakfast. I can also have any kind of fermented bread, it looks like. I have a 12-grain fermented bread, sprouted grains, that I can have a couple of slices of that with peanut butter, and that doesn't seem to have any major effect. I can also have sourdough bread with peanut butter or with guacamole, and that doesn't seem to have too much effect. What I can't do is have any kind of white bread or even whole grain bread. I tried some 7-grain 7-grain deli bread, and that doesn't work. That spikes me right up. So it looks like only fermented bread works. I can have as much greens salad as I want. For salad dressing, I use apple cider vinegar and virgin olive oil. I can have for dinner, I normally am having some kind of meat, protein, usually fish, oily fish like salmon or cod or herring, 3 times a week. You can have a steak, and preferably a steak that has fat. Fat gives you energy, and it has nutrients. But you can have as many let's say complex carbohydrates, they're not a problem. So complex carbohydrates would be all your vegetables. There are not very many vegetables that turn to sugar quickly. The exception to that is parsnips, so I don't eat parsnips. But carrots, broccoli, bean sprouts I have, arugula, any kind of leafy lettuce. I can eat nuts, so almonds and mixed nuts, no problem. And I can have Greek yogurt, and I can add in either strawberries or raspberries or blackberries. Blueberries seem to give me a little bit more of a spike, but they're okay. They have a lot of nutrients and fiber, so although they spike the sugar a little bit, they also have other benefits. I also take a multivitamin, make sure I'm getting all of the essential nutrients that I need. And by following this more or less diet, and I can eat almost as much as I want. There isn't any restriction on the amount of these foods that you eat. It doesn't really seem to affect the blood sugar. You don't eat too much sourdough bread, but nonetheless, if you have 2 slices at a meal with peanut butter, it seems to work. So that's what works for me, and I'm going to add more to this as I discover more and expand my diet. But some things you just can't have, and you got to watch your salad dressings. Basically, what you want to look for is anything that has within a serving. If you have carbohydrates that are less than 20 and sugar that is less than 3, it's probably something that you can manage, that you can have, and it's not going to spike you. You can't have any drinks, juices. You can't have soda. You can't have any kind of Orange juice, apple juice, cranberry juice, none of those things. You cannot have those. Those are going to put your blood sugar right up to 20, and right away. So if I follow those general rules, and I drink two or 3 liters of water a day, and by doing this, I can keep my blood sugar. It rarely goes above 10, and it's usually within the range of 6 to 9, and it stays that way 24 hours a day. So I can, and it looks like also, I had been taking some slow-acting insulin along with other medications, and it looks now as though I'm going to be able to eliminate all of those medications just by being more strict about what I'm eating and having this sensor that lets me really determine what's spiking me and what isn't. And so I'm pleasantly surprised at how much stuff I can actually eat. If I eat a chocolate chip oatmeal cookie, I can have one, and it raises my blood sugar by about 2 points, but it doesn't last for very long. So if you need to treat yourself, then you can have one chocolate chip cookie every now and then. But you can't have things like potato chips. And I even found, though, that I have what I buy are small yellow potatoes, and these have a low moisture content, and they're quite hard. And if I eat about 6 of those with my meal, and I have fat with that meal as well, that I can have 6 of those little potatoes, and they don't really do anything. I can have those without spiking my sugar. Now, you can't have baked potatoes or russet potatoes or sweet potatoes, none of that stuff. The other thing that I've been eating are all kinds of different squash, and it looks like to me that squash doesn't have any real effect on my blood sugar. I can have as much squash as I want. And different kinds of squash, spaghetti squash, and butternut squash, and that sort of thing. And you have, I use, you need to use some kind of fat or olive oil margarine or something like that with them, so that you've got some kind of fat along with it, and have it with the rest of your meal. And squash doesn't seem to be any problem. So that's basically what I can eat. I'm going to add a link into the comments section of this video that will list the things that I can eat, and there will be also a list of things that you better stay away from. And I'll keep expanding that list. So anybody who's trying to control your blood sugar, this might give you a little bit of help. And yeah, good luck, because it's not easy to. It actually is very easy to do. Once I got this sensor, then I could see what was really happening. Without that sensor, I was reading my blood once a day. I was taking 39 units of insulin, with my evening meal and medications and blah blah blah, and it still wasn't really doing the job. So I really had to discover what it was that I was eating that was causing the problems, and with this sensor I can now do that. So so this has been a game changer for me. But anyway, I think if you follow the list of foods that I'm going to give you on this link on the comments in the video section, that might help you. But don't cheat. Okay, good luck.